I picked up that black Bowden Spacelander. It's fiberglass, very heavy, not the greatest riding bike in the world. And uh, once I started getting into collecting and uh, going to the bike swaps in Ohio and Michigan and stuff, I picked the Bowden Spacelander up, and I kind of still wish I had it, but it wasn't a real practical bike to ride. It was heavy, and you were always worried about it getting knocked over by somebody and stuff like that. So I sold it and made a few bucks on it, but that's another example of trying to get a bike back that you had for a while and got rid of and kind of wish you hadn't. I mean, we do stupid things to get things back or to find another one like it. And I bought it from, I can't remember the guy's name. Him and his wife used to show up at memory lanes. That was the big adventure back then, years ago. I think I've been doing it for over 30 some years, and that was always the big adventure, going to memory lanes and to Ann Arbor. It's a big, huge bike swap, weekend event, and it was just like a big hunting expedition. I don't hunt, I don't fish, but this is my kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, but bring back your trophies, hang them on the wall for a while. It was an exciting thing at the time, but I didn't have enough money. I sold several bikes at the time because I had negotiated a price with the owner of this Bowden, who is one of the top of the line collectors and restorers in the country. And we had negotiated a price that was pretty good. So I was selling stuff that I had brought to these swap meets like a maniac and getting as much cash in my pocket as I could. And I wasn't quite there. So we're in Ohio at Memory Lanes. It's a tiny little town, and talked to my wife over the phone, and I went to the only bank in town and borrowed against a credit card several $100s so I could go and make this deal with this guy with the Bowden. And it was kind of funny because he hauled it from Memory Lanes in Ohio up to Ann Arbor, where the big bike swap was, and had it parked, even though we had already done the deal and I already gave him the money. He had it on display there, and it was, getting a lot of people looking at it. And I was set up outside the buildings, and he came out and said that if you really wanted, I should come in and get it. Otherwise, you might sell it to somebody else. So that was my big prize. But it's like I said, it's those stylish fiberglass bikes, and they're pretty rare. They still are, and there weren't too many of them made. You always got to worry about damaging it or getting it wrecked or something like that. So I tried replacing that in the past few years like an idiot, and sold off a bunch of really nice stuff, and was monitoring an auction in I think Pennsylvania, one of the big Copake auctions or whatever. I thought I had more than enough money stashed away, and was blown out of the water. What I thought I had saved up was basically the starting point of how that bike went at auction. So that was another foolish enterprise, but I think it happens to everybody, and not everyone wants to admit it. So it's kind of funny, but I think I'm over that now.